Hey, howdy, hey, y'all. It has been a minute since I have recorded one of these videos, and as I'm sure you can tell, my voice has definitely changed since I started doing this. Even then, it was changing, but I am back. I've been playing with some new makeup, and I just kind of wanted to do a basic get ready with me video, an update on my last one, because last time I was using Fenty products. This time I found a new brand I really like. I found them. They've existed for a while, but I found this brand called M Cosmetics. They are kind of like a Korean skincare beauty brand. A lot of dewy cushion makeup, a lot of like nourishing skin benefits, and I've been trying them out and I really like them. So I'm happy to have y'all here today, and I can show you what it is I like about these products. So because I got this new job, I am now a manager for this store, which essentially means I'm working like an average of 45 to 50 hours a week. I've kind of stopped having time to do the more creative makeup looks. I've been focusing a lot more on makeup that is good for my skin, that, you know, doesn't dry it out, something that'll get me through a 13-hour workday and, you know, not make me break out or not make my skin dry out. And I tried out this brand called M Cosmetics, which I talked about already, and it's this Korean beauty brand. So it's this compact that comes with a cushion, or it comes with an application sponge, and then it also comes with this cushion foundation. I've never tried a cushion foundation before, so this is my first time trying it. I've been using it for the past week. I'm in love with it. But I guess I just didn't know what to expect with a cushion foundation. I know how easy it is for liquid makeup to go bad. I have a mascara here. It's definitely more than 3 months old, and mascara actually is supposed to be thrown away after 3 months. So that's fun. I don't really wear mascara anymore. Cushion compacts are supposed to be, you know, also pretty easy to go bad, pretty quick to go bad, because it's this, like, unless you get a really good airtight container, this is constantly wet, and you're constantly touching it with a sponge, and, like, you're touching it with your fingers. Make it go bad a lot faster, especially if you're not very hygienic. I just washed my hands, so touching it is not too bad, but I really always try to use the sponge whenever I use it, because the sponge I can clean, you know. I should have done that today, but I didn't. This is where my head's at. But they've also got this, like, cushion highlighter that I really like, and it also comes with its own little sponge, and, like, it's very cute, and it makes my skin feel great, and they've got these amazing stick cream blushes. I love cream blushes. I feel like it's really dewy, without being too shiny. You can always amplify, bring up the shine. They're always super pigmented. The problem I have with a lot of cream blushes is they're either too sheer, so it's like a stain, or and then it's a little bit too glossy because it's so sheer, and you have to apply a bunch to get color payoff. Then you end up having like sticky cheeks. I don't like sticky cheeks. I like hydrated cheeks, not sticky cheeks. Sticky cheeks, sticky cheeks, sticky cheeks, sticky cheeks, sticky cheeks. Ooh, that's fun to say 5 times fast. And there's the other side of cream blushes where they're too opaque almost, and if you get a shade that's too pale, you know, if you get a pale shade and it's too opaque, you're gonna end up kind of washing out part of your face, especially if the blush is lighter than your skin tone. And that's gonna give you an ashiness. This is something that impacts more dark-skinned people a lot more, but so I have seen blushes, and I've tried blushes where I put it on and I'm like, I just kind of feel like I look gray. But this cream blush, like, this is the shade Venetian Rose, and I would say Venetian Rose is probably the best blush color for me. It's, like, closest to my natural blush without looking, like, too red. And because I deal with acne, I've got a lot of redness on my face, but you can see just, like, it barely a touch at all, and it applies so much pigment. And then I use my cushion compact sponge. I use the other side of it when I want to blend it, so I kind of just dab it in, and it blends so easy. Like, look at that. It's this beautiful, beautiful like cheek balm, but without being too balmy. So like, look at how easily I can blend that out. I fucking love this stuff. I've kind of fallen in love with this brand. I think I've been sitting on Korean makeup for too long. Another thing I love about this brand is when you buy the compact foundation, they send you a refill, like with the foundation. So you can buy the refill separately, but also the first time you buy it, you get a free refill with your compact so that you don't have to buy a refill for a really long time. And that is awesome. Like, I fucking love that. Especially because it's like, I think the compact is like $40 or something, so it's a fucking investment. But you're getting that free refill along with it, and that makes it for me. Like, I love a company that really thinks about that. Another product I recently got, Fenty came out with their new FENTYICON lipstick. And boy, am I a sucker for new makeup, especially when it comes in shiny cases like this. And the cool thing about this is it's actually a refillable case. So you twist there at the bottom, the lipstick pops out at the top, you pull it out, and you do that. And then when you're ready to replace it, you can actually pull this part of the lipstick off this base, like that. And then you get a new lipstick, you put it in there, and then you snap it closed, and it goes right back in the top of the lipstick. And I got mine engraved because I had to, but I also got the shade Ballin' Babe, and it's a really pretty nude. And I would say most pale nudes don't work on me because they tend to wash me out, but this one it's got a nice warmth to it. Keeps the face looking alive. It's very nice. I quite like it. And I'm waiting for my brow stuff to come in, but I've tried this brow stylist by L'Oreal recently, and I don't really like a lot of brow products. Again, I'm so picky. I somehow have a makeup addiction, and I'm picky about makeup. I don't know how this happened. But I don't really like the pencils because they tend to wear off pretty easily, and I don't like the powder. Like, I don't really want a 6-step brow process. I want something that keeps my brows in place because they grow all over the place, and something that gives it a little bit more volume for where it's sparse. So I've got the Milk KUSH brow fiber, which I love. I love the formula of it, but I think what I don't like about it is the applicator. There's too much space between the tip of the bristle and the stem right here, so you can get too close to the skin when you're brushing up your hairs, and they're not spaced quite close enough together to really get all the little hairs without making your brows look really chunky. But it also comes in a shade that is closer to my brow shade. I have very cool toned brows. Now the L'Oreal one I really like the applicator for, but the shade is too warm for my brows, so I like to use it almost as like a highlighter for my brows at the very end to sort of finish them off. It also stays in place a lot better, but it gets a little crunchy at the end. But this applicator, you can see, it seems to be a little more closely packed. The bristles are smaller, and it's a little bit more flexible, so when you brush it through your brows, they actually like sort of catch all the teeny tiny brows there without leaving marks against your skin. Alright, enough about all the new makeup I have. I'm going to walk you through what I do in the morning before work when I'm getting ready. I have already washed my face, and I'm just gonna go in, get some cushion compacts, just kind of press it in there. You know, you're not gonna get a ton on that, and I think that's actually part of the magic of the cushion compact is more the application technique, you know, and it makes it easier to build up and just use as needed coverage. So as you can see, putting it on my forehead there, just that one little tap really covers up most of the redness in my problem area. Look at that. I did go with a slightly darker shade this time. I went with Gentle Light instead of the lightest shade, because I find that when I have a lot of redness and a lot of acne, it actually covers better with a shade slightly darker than I would normally wear. So like, it actually covers better with my summer shade. One tip I think I would give out for doing makeup around your eyes, thinking about this right now, is that you're going to have a much more natural finish and you won't have as much creasing if you don't want to get makeup right up to the waterline. Like, you don't want to put your foundation and your concealer all the way up that lower lid. I actually kind of like to leave the lower lid bare, because I find that over the day, the action of blinking my eyes so many times and the natural oiliness that I get around my eye area kind of starts to migrate that product up towards my waterline anyways. And if I start too close, then it's just going to irritate my eyes, and you're going to end up having a lot of product move around and sort of build up in your creases, and you get these natural creases underneath your eye. So I kind of like to avoid that. I'll start, you know, down here on the lower part of my eyelid and just tap it up. Especially if I'm gonna build up product to cover the dark shadows. And same thing goes for here, like on the outer corner. I try to avoid putting too much stuff, foundation specifically, too close to the water lines of my eye. Really keep it as thin of a layer as possible, especially if you don't want to have to go in with like eyeshadow primer and stuff. Like, this is just the daytime look. It's just what I wear to work to sort of even out my skin. And as my hairs are growing in, I start getting breakouts all over my chin and my neck. But as you can see, you know, I've done just sort of like spot coverage, and it's already looking way better. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more and sort of double up on the worst spots here. And finally, I haven't done my nose this entire time, with my the last couple of presses of my bare sponge across the nose. And I've talked about noses in some of my previous videos about how, because the skin is so tight across the nose and because the pores are so much larger there than the rest of your face, you're going to end up looking cakey there a lot faster. You generate a lot of oil, and product is just so easy to pile on. We are finished with the foundation. My skin feels so happy. It feels like I just put on some like nice moisturizer or sunscreen. Next. Now, as I said before, this stuff's really pigmented. I am still learning how to use it. I feel like I've been putting on too much blush the last couple of days. So instead of putting it on flat like that, I'm actually going to take the edge here and kind of do a couple stripes just right there on the cheekbones. Go in with my sponge and sort of, the motion I'm using right now, it's a little bit more than just a press. I'm kind of doing a press glide as I release, but quicker, to really sort of blend that product around without losing too much of it to the sponge. And then, you know, I like to do this thing, I go in the circles to really blend out the edges from the center. There. Same to the other side. Always blending backwards when I do this release motion. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect amount of blush. Next, we go in with the highlighter. My favorite part of every makeup routine is the highlighter. God, I love highlighter so much. There's a couple ways to do highlighter, especially with something like a compact highlighter. You can go for the precise application where you just put a little bit, like right on the high points of your face, or you can go for the dewy way, which is where I like to put it, is I put it here on this part of my forehead. I bring it down the temple, around the eye, and then on the cheekbones. I get the ears, I get the bottom of my jawbone right here where it protrudes the most, my nose, my eyes, and then same on the other side. And that's the dewy application, but I'm going to show you how you can build up to that as well. So I'm just going to start with the light application, just on the high points, get it on there. Kind of wipe off the sponge a little bit because I got too much. And just gently, you know, you can turn the sponge around to the bare side to sort of pick up the excess. Just gently tap that in And that's the sort of natural finish, just the high points right there. And that is what I would do for a more natural look. It's very soft, it's, you know, much more of a satin finish on your face. But next I'm going to do the shiny application, which is where I go into my forehead, around the eyes, just on the outside corner though, like right there, a little bit on the eyelid, concentrating it on the upper eyelid, down the cheeks, get for the ears, cheekbone. With masks, not a lot of people see this, but it's just something I like to do. Really get that bottom edge there. Cupid's bow. Yeah, a little bit on the chin. The nose. Really just that upper bridge, and then around the tip. So that's the other side. That's the shiny side. That's the one where I'm like, look at this skin. It is glowing and it is looking amazing. The skin is glowing and I fucking love it. And that is what M Cosmetics does to my skin. So I'm gonna balance out my face. I'm gonna get a little bit more on this side. I'm gonna go full shiny today. The highlight is finished. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but I am looking dewy and healthy and well rested and just so luscious right now. Look's not finished yet though. Gotta go in with the brows. So today I'm gonna use my KUSH brow gel to really sort of build up a volume, and then I'm gonna use that L'Oreal gel to set them in place. So start at the top, sort of brush down a little bit. Really short, gentle strokes here. Brow 1. Go back into the bottle, screw it closed, swirl it around, wipe off the extra. Never ever pump your bottles. You're going to make them expire a lot faster, and you're going to make them dry out a lot faster. Do your other brow, but also keep in mind that brows are not identical. You know, your eyebrows are snowflakes, and you may have to do slightly different things to one brow than you have to do to the other. You might have to use a slightly different technique. Maybe one doesn't need to be filled as much. Maybe one has a lot more hair than the other. Maybe the hairs grow differently on each side, you know, so don't try to force your brows, but get them looking full. Next I'm going in with my L'Oreal to set them in place. This one sets a lot more. Really kind of concentrating it where I know my brow hairs move the most. So right on this top edge here. And at the front. Really sort of keep them plastered there. Eyebrows are done! Eyebrows are done. Look at these bad boys. Oh my god, look how fluffy they are. Look how voluptuous they are. Look at how much they just like sort of pull my face together, because this is my day face. I love them. I've got this also Venetian Rose shade M Cosmetics lip balm I've been using. It's a little bit on the shiny side for me, but that's okay because I like to blot sometimes. I like more of a matte finish lip. I just put it on half my lips. No lip balm, lip balm. And just look at that. It's the perfect shade. And it is a little bit on the shiny side, but also this stuff is super moisturizing. Like, I like wearing it. It's not sticky. It's not too thin and slippery. It doesn't feel like it's going to wear away really fast. It's gorgeous. On the other side, I'm going to show you the Fenty lipstick that I got. I'm very excited. This stuff's great. I just kind of diffused the edge of the lipstick with my fingers, just a really gentle drag along it, which I like doing when I wear a more nude shade lipstick, because I feel like that harsh line sort of breaks the effect. But there we've got the Fenty lipstick on this side. This is the shade Pose Queen, which is like a kind of nude, but like their palest nude. I love it. And then this is the Venetian Rose Lip Moisture Stick from M. And they're both just, stunning. Today I'm going to go with the Fenty lip, I think. A little bit more of a nude to match my shirt. Lipsticks are another one I struggle with. I prefer the cream stick applicators, but a lot of those tend to be too shiny or too matte, or they come off really easily. I used to use Besame Cosmetics for a really long time, but they don't really make nude shades. Their formula is incredible, but since I don't like wearing reds anymore, I don't really have a reason to shop from them. This is a great nude shade, and this is a great formula. I fucking love this formula. It's like just moisturizing enough that you're not drying your lips out, but you can still do the blot technique if you want without losing all of the color. I am one handsome fellow, if I do say so myself. I've wanted for a really long time to slim down my makeup bag and make it stuff that I can carry around with me and that doesn't take up a shit ton of space on the counter. And like, I found it. I found it. That's very exciting for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all, and stay pretty. I hated that. Stay pretty? What the fuck was that?